Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. Today I'm going to teach you how to use the new Beet Harvest add-on. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome to this tutorial and guide on a recent mod that came out, the Beet Harvest add-on. So we're just going to give you guys a quick overview on how this kind of stuff works on here. This is actually probably going to be a part of my global company tutorial series, so I might kind of tie it in with that since it kind of fits with that. So I'll probably add it to at least the end of that playlist. So if you're seeing it from there, that's where you're going to get it, but always I'll probably upload it as its own thing. But yeah, so the Beet Harvest add-on, what does this actually do? Well, it adds a couple of factories, two factories. It's all focused on taking sugar beets and processing them to make more money. I'm not going to read everything off in the ModHub about what it says. That's not what you guys are probably here for. You guys can read if you want to know about the mod in that sense. I'm just going to teach you guys how to use it. So what it does add, it adds a sugar factory, a feed pellet factory. It adds three custom sell points, which we'll go over all this in the store in a second. There's three new objects. There's sugar, pallets, feed pallets, and then there are molasses pallets. There are also four new materials or fill types: sugar, feed pellets, beet pulp, and molasses. So, and this is something I want to show you too. So this is something we're going to kind of refer back to. This is, if you look at this, this is from the ModHub. This is from the modders. We're going to look at how all this works. We're going to I'm going to refer back to this as we go through and I show you kind of how it works. Now, some of you might be wondering about biodiesel. If you're here looking for how to make biodiesel, if you actually look on there next to the biodiesel, if you look at biodiesel on there, top of the about top of the screen to the right, towards the right, says biodiesel, has the green kind of fuel icon. There's an asterisk at the end. Now if you look down in the bottom left hand corner, you'll see sugar beet, and then right next to that in very tiny gray print that you probably can't even read off of this slide, it says is planned for a future release. So there's no biodiesel production at this point, but that it seems to be the plan. So that seems to be where they're going with it. But yeah, so we're gonna walk through kind of the process of this. So we hop back in here. Let's take a look at the store, what you can buy. So there's not any custom equipment to get the stuff around. Here are three of the fill types in here. Here are three of the new fill types are in here. So if we take a look at those, actually this is a good idea. Right now, if we go into the store, we have sugar, we have beet pulp, we have feed pellets, and we have molasses. Now again, you can sell these guys, and we'll go over all that in a second. But if we go in the store, everything's going to be hauled with these except for molasses is obviously not going to go in them. So because of that, molasses is actually the only pallet you can buy. So you can buy the pallet of molasses to move it around and put it where you want it if you want to do that. Now, of course, you can make your own molasses using this mod, which I'm going to explain, again, all of that as we keep going here. So stay tuned with me. Molasses there's nothing else in here. Now, placeables, I have two new added areas, and this does require global company. That's why I was mentioning global company earlier. That is the one required mod. Does require global company, and I guess I probably should mention this as well because someone asked. This is PC and Mac players only because it requires global company. But if we go under sell points, there are three sell points. The premium sugar sell point will buy these three items. So sugar, beet pulp, and feed pellets. The super feed pellet sell point will take feed pellets. Then we have the sugar beet company marketplace. It will take sugar, beet pulp, and feed pellets. So these are all $1 to buy, no big deal. If we take a look at those out here, we have one of them, the sugar beet company one here. This is the feed pellets one here, I believe, and then here's the sugar beet company one here, the smaller sell point. So those three are there. If we go into the menu, here are those three right here. Now on this, I'm on kind of a modded version of No Man's Land. So there's no other sell points on here, but you notice the vehicle shop grains, that's the one sell point on this map. It will take these three items. Some sell points will take the items, some won't. So that's why they have these available. So it's only $1 to place these, so not really a big deal. There's no biogas plant on this map, so I placed a modded biogas plant, so it would take this here, and I'll explain kind of that production later, but that's why I have that. That's what's placed over there as a modded biogas plant. And now these two guys here, kind of the stars of the show, are found under global company. So we have the premium sugar factory, $28,000 to buy, $100 a day maintenance. We have the super feed pellet press, $6,000 to buy, $20 a day maintenance. Now we hit Control G to open up our production menu. Here are what we have. So this is the initial production. This is kind of secondary. This is primary. And if we look back at this sheet here, it says sugar beets are the main product, and the sugar beets get made into sugar, molasses, and beet pulp. So beet pulp and molasses are byproducts of producing sugar. Now then, obviously down the center, you can take that sugar and you can sell it, or well, you can sell it. That's what you do. The sugar is done at that point with its production. Or, and then with the other stuff, the beet pulp and molasses, you can either sell the beet pulp and molasses, or you can produce it further. So you can either take the beet pulp and put it into the BGA, which I have placed, or you can take the beet pulp plus the molasses, put it into the pellet press, which is this factory right here. So they can go into this factory right here. And if we open that chart back up, then you're gonna get feed pellets out of that. And you can either feed those to your animals, or you can sell them. So there you go. Now, yeah, that's just how kind of it works. And we'll go over the BGA a little bit as well as we get into this. So sugar factory, if I open it up, it needs sugar beets. It can hold up to 72,000 liters of them at a time, and it needs lime up to 4,000 liters. So it needs these two products, and it will produce sugar, 8,400 liter capacity, beet pulp, 38,400 liter capacity, and molasses, 2,000 liter capacity. So it, from what I can tell, and we're going to walk through all of it and show it all off in a second, these are going to get produced in the form of pallets. This is going to get produced in form of IBC tanks or pallets essentially, and beet pulp is going to be a bulk product. So if we take a look over here, this is our sugar factory. So this is the endpoint right here for lime and for sugar beets. We go around here, and again, you can come out to it and hit R to open up this menu here if you want to look at that. These are going to be the outputs for sugar and molasses, and this is going to be the output for beet pulp, this main point here. So I'm going to hop in this guy. We're going to go ahead and dump some sugar beets in. We'll go ahead and put this full tank in there, and then we're going to go ahead and put some lime in just to see how it goes. And we'll take a look at the production rate as well to kind of see how fast it's going to produce through these guys, because some of you guys may be curious about that as well. So we'll take a look just so you guys can see that. Now, if we fill this up with, let's go to lime. Put lime in. It's only going to take 4,000 liters of lime, so it shouldn't take that long. And I actually want to fill it, so let me put more sugar beets in here. And dump those out there. Should be getting close to full. Can't remember how much it's going to take now, actually. Sugar factory. How much was it on the sugar beets? Oh, 72,000 liters. Okay, it is going to take a lot of this trailer. And well, it's going to take all of this trailer, sorry. And it's going to take some more here. Do sugar beet. There we go. We'll get it just filled up so we can demonstrate this a little bit better. So if we go in here, it is active right now. 2,000 liters an hour it says it's going to process. So we'll see if it's processing 2,000. I'm assuming it's not going to be 2,000 liters of lime. It's going to be 2,000 liters of sugar beets. That's how most global company products work. So 2,000 liters an hour. And let's take a look. So we're just going to hop out of here. I'm going to fast forward time just quickly. Just a couple hours in. And we're going to go ahead and slow it down again. Let's take a look at how we're doing here. So so here's the molasses out point. Here's the sugar out point. So we're going to go ahead and see, we're just going to kind of run this until it fills up. So we're going to just put fast forward time. You can see the numbers down there at the bottom as it's slowly producing through stuff. And it does appear to be 2,000 liters of sugar beets an hour. So we'll go through the night here. Now again, it's going to take time to do it. You guys could obviously, if you know how to do it, you could go into the XML and adjust it if you wanted to be faster or anything like that. But I think this is a great production plant. And a great add-on to sugar beets, because sugar beets are something that a lot of people don't necessarily want to do, and I think they're actually fairly profitable as they are, but this is something that makes them even better, so I think it's great. Now it's about to fill up on sugar, and the production should cease at that point, and there you go. It has ceased. I'm going to go ahead and just get us a little bit further into the day there. All right, let's go in and take a look. Let's do some math and take a look here. So we have gone through, quite a few sugar beets here. There's 20 liters extra on the end, which is a little strange, but what have we done as far as production goes? I'm going to pull up a calculator here. So 72,000 liters. I'm just going to round that to 30,000. Minus 30,000 is left. So we've gone through 42,000 liters of sugar beets. So divided by 8,400. So for every 5 sugar beets, 5 liters of sugar beets, you get 1 liter of sugar. Beet pulp it looks like it's going to be the same. So beet pulp looks like it's going to be a 5 for 1. So 5 liters of sugar beets gives you a liter of beet pulp. And then molasses down here. Let's see, we'll do the math on that. 42,000 divided by the 420 that we have down there. So per every 100 liters of sugar beets, you're going to get a liter of molasses. So that's your ratios there. And obviously, you're not going through the lime very much. So it's not going to take a lot of lime. It's just kind of something that it needs. So you can see each pallet here is 2,100 liters of sugar. So you have those there. And then molasses one is going to fill up to 1,000 liters eventually. But there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and empty this guy out. So the pallets are there. Now, actually, one thing I wanted to check, I'm going to go ahead and put super strength on just to save me a little time here. I wanted to grab these guys, and I wanted to see if this is There we go. Okay, so it is going to fill up. So if you pull up to it and hit R, you can fill the sugar directly into this guy right here, and then you could sell it if you wanted to do that. So, which is awesome. I was worried about that because a lot of people don't like to move pallets around, so this gives you a way to be able to just kind of, as long as you can get them next to the trailer, which shouldn't be too hard, you can move them around in bulk and sell it in bulk, which is great. So if I pull up to here now, though, hit R, it's going to start putting beet pulp in, which is fantastic. We'll get all that beet pulp out there. Now, the next production we're going to look at is the pellet press. That's kind of the next one. So if we open back up our beet add-on production here, now we have molasses and beet pulp. The sugar can be sold. We're done with the sugar. The sugar's been produced. We can sell it if we want to make money. Now we're going to try to make feed pellets because we're going to take molasses and beet pulp to make feed pellets. So that is our next goal. That's what we're going to kind of work on. So again, beet pulp, molasses. It doesn't take a lot of molasses, it looks like, compared to beet pulp, and you're going to get feed pellets. So we'll take a look at that. We don't have a lot of feed pulp here, or a lot of beet pulp here, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. We're actually just going to go into here because I should have done this before. We're going to disable it so that way I can get it all filled up. But again, your pallets of feed pellets are going to spawn back here, and we should be able to load them into the trailer like we did the sugar, and this is going to be your endpoint for molasses and beet pulp. So if I go into here, and we'll go ahead and pull over this right here. Open up this screen here. I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with beet pulp and unload it into there. Now, and I don't think I can spawn in a pallet of molasses. I don't think this is going to let me do it, so I might have to go grab one. It's not that big of a deal. Get more beet pulp in here. There we go, because we want to get this thing completely full up of beet pulp. There we go. We'll be just about done there in a second. All right, so there we go. We got that going. If I pull forward here, get off of that. Let me go and run over to our sugar factory, and I will grab a pallet of molasses for us. Now, I know we're not going to have as many molasses as we have beet pulp in here just because of what I have, but this should, yep, there we go, should drain in there. So yeah, 17%, but if I go into the menu here, pellet press, open it up. Let's go ahead and start that. So 1,000 liters an hour. So it's going to process through 1,000 liters an hour here. Now, if I go up to it, it's going to give me that screen again. And once again, I can come up over to it and I hit R to open that up. But let's go ahead and fast forward some time. Let's just get it to process through that so we can kind of give an idea. It might have enough molasses. It may not have enough molasses to get through this. It looks like it's not going to have enough molasses, so you're going to need more. But we'll still be able to get a good figure on what's going on here in a second. All right, and it's done. Let me go ahead and put us back to daytime here so we can see what we got going on. And if we go into the menu, Pellet Factory. So that was full up at 45,600. So if I turn my calculator on, 45,600 minus essentially 37,600. We'd use about 8,000 liters. So there's about 3,000 over here. So for every liter of beet pulp, you're going to get about 2.2 2 liters of feed pellets ish, somewhere in that range. There's -1 liters. That's hilarious. And we use what, 420 liters there for that. So if we do divided by 420, so it's about every liter of molasses is going to make about 7.14 liters of feed pellets, essentially, somewhere in that area. Obviously, that's not exact math. I'm sure it works out a lot better than that if you have it full and you actually do it all the way through. But as you can see, we do have our feed pellets here. So there are feed pellets, and again, if we open up our chart, we can take those feed pellets now and we can either feed them to animals or we can use them for money. And if we look actually at or we can sell them, I guess I should say. So again, let's look at prices in here for a second. Feed pellets, you can sell them for a fair amount. Molasses sells for quite a bit. Sugar sells for quite a bit. So yeah, definitely pretty cool that you can do that. Beet pulp doesn't sell for anything except for at the BGA, and we'll talk about that in a second. So again, you can either sell it to the BGA or you can use it to make feed pellets. Yeah, so if you didn't want to do this with the feed pellets, then that might be a better option for you. But if we go in the store, it's not only something that you're going to be able to feed to, according to what it was saying, it's not, chickens don't take it, but you're going to be able to feed it to your cows, because you can see beet pulp, actually, it says they're going to take beet pulp and pellets in there as well. Beet pulp and pellets can be used to feed horses. Pigs will take beet pulp and pellets as well. And sheep will take beet pulp and beet pellets as well, or feed pellets as well. So you can feed it to almost every animal, everything except for chickens. Now, if we hop in here, I still have beet pulp in here. So the other thing, the other production, is we can take it over and we can sell it to a BGA. This is just any old BGA. This is one of the modded ones that I grabbed to use, but this will work out just fine for what we're doing. So if I go ahead and I just back this in here, it theoretically will take it from me. Maybe. Actually, I think that's the digestate out point there. Let's see if it'll let me dump it in here. Okay, so it's not, of course, going to let me take it in. Go figure. Probably because of the way the sell point is set up here, and it probably wants me to actually dump it in there. So I might be able to actually just lift this guy up and put it up into there. Not quite. Let's see if I can move it over a little bit more. Yeah, it might do it. There we go. So if I go ahead and unload it into there, again, this is not maybe the right way to do it, but just for the sake of the tutorial. Then, whatever your BGA will take, it will take. So this one, I can't remember what the capacity is for this one, but if we look over here, you can see on the screen right there, that's what we got in it. So this over time is going to digest it. And just like any other BGA, this is going to work like other BGAs. You'll see at midnight, we're going to get paid out for it. So stand by, we'll be at midnight here in just a minute. And it will pay us whatever we're going to get for the beet pulp that we sold. So again, it's going to sell it at $288 per 1,000 liters. So we get close here, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then 11. And then what we're going to get, there you go, $2,800 for BGA income. So if you want to do that, and then you're also, of course, going to get, as a byproduct, you're going to get digestate, which you can get out from there. So that is an option for you, which actually I think this map does have digestate. Yes, we got 1,601 liters of digestate out of it. So this is a cool way to change up the way you're doing beets or something like that. So it's just a great way to kind of go about it and change things around, do stuff a little bit different if that's what you want to do, or expand your production for your beets and make a little bit more money. But yeah, and none of these things cost a lot to place. These factories and stuff in this pack are not very expensive. So it's pretty easy to use. And again, just to clarify, we went through everything on here. So you take sugar beets. Sugar beets will get put into the sugar beet or the sugar factory. The sugar factory will produce sugar, which can then be sold, and it will produce molasses and beet pulp. Molasses can either be sold for money or they can be turned into feed pellets. Beet pulp can either be sold to the BGA, fed to animals, or turned into feed pellets. And then feed pellets can either be sold or it can be turned into animal feed. And again, the BGA is going to pay you, and it's going to give you the organic fertilizer it says down there, which is digestate. So that is your byproduct there. So if you have any questions about this, or if you think I missed anything, or if I did miss anything, drop it down below in the comments. It'll help me out a ton. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.